A very good afternoon to you. This is a remake of, or a refilming of, I should say, the Tusting Clipper Bag. I did it a couple of weeks ago and it didn't upload properly for some reason. And I didn't realise it until somebody told me, because I don't like looking back at vlogs I've done, especially. So apologies for that. And let's try again. This is the bag. Now, I should say I've had one previously for about 20 years, but it wasn't the same. And anyway, this is the Tusting Clipper Bag. This is the larger one. It comes in two. Tusting, T-U-S-T-I-N-G. And I want to talk about the bag, but combine it with what's in my bag. So I've kind of done a little thing here whereby, well, you'll see as the vlog goes on. But first off, the bag. So it arrived a couple of weeks ago. I'm absolutely, bowled over by it, to be honest. It's the sort of bag that is basically incredibly, for me, it's just an incredibly versatile bag. It comes with a shoulder strap, very substantial shoulder strap. If you take the strap off, which you can very easily, it's detachable. Then it becomes more like a briefcase, I guess. Put the strap on, and I guess it's more like a satchel sort of style. I don't know if a satchel is a style, an official style in that sense, but for me, I always have it with a strap. Just goes around my body diagonally, and it just, although this is new, it's probably a bit stiff. It will conform. It's the sort of case that will conform. And as I say, the reason I love it is that it doesn't say cameraman or photographer, and that's quite an important thing for me. Not that I give two hoots whether somebody thinks I'm a photographer or not. For me, it's about being anonymous, I suppose, being not drawing attention to yourself in any way, shape or form. So typically I wouldn't go out wearing an item of clothing which was loud or brightly coloured, or I just want to sort of blend in, and I want to do the observing rather than be observed, if that makes sense. And this bag is just, I think, ideal. In the sense that I think this wouldn't look out of place on a pinstripe suited city person, but equally I could see it, so an artist using it, or a journalist, or an author, or it's just how I could have my sandwiches in it. It doesn't say I've got a camera in there. It doesn't say anything. And that's kind of what I love. Photography bags typically are, the Billinghams of the world and the like, are not 100 miles away from this in terms of design. Two big pockets at the front. I mean, they all vary, obviously. But they're pretty much modelled on a similar sort of design as that. But the canvas somehow, I don't know, says to my mind anyway, it's a photography bag. I don't know. This is just, sort of goes under the radar. Not in the sense that it's bland. I mean, I think close up you can see it's just absolutely sumptuous, beautifully made, gorgeous leather. But from afar, it just doesn't really say anything about you, which is what I like. It's not ostentatious. It's beautiful quality, but it's not over the top. It's not ostentatious. It doesn't say anything, which is exactly what I want. As I say, Tusting, it's a clipper bag. I've got some blurb here. Let me read that to you. Okay, they actually call it the quintessential satchel. The Clipper is one of our longest established and best-selling bags. It's not often a bag can claim to be all things to all people. There you go. That's kind of what I'm saying. But we think the Clipper comes pretty close. Stylish, durable, and capacious, roomy, I guess. The Clippers a customer favourite, and it's easy to see why. Briefcase, hold all, handbag, flight bag. It's exactly perfect for that. The larger one, even, which is what this is. The clipper's whatever you want it to be. There you go. I'm not, We've now added a smaller size to suit those carrying smaller loads. It's perfect for a 13-inch laptop, whereas this holds a 15-inch laptop. We've now added a smaller size and upgraded the interior to make it even more useful. So, 2 colours. The Sundance Floodlight, which is what this is, or the Aztec Crazy Horse, which is a kind of lighter brown colour, and then you just choose a size. They'll emboss it for you, they'll put a message inside it for you, they'll just really personalise the thing. And on top of that, you can have all sorts of other things. You can work with them. They do this like a bespoke service, like excuse me, I guess you'd call it. They have a version that you can choose whereby this front part, well, I guess it goes around the back, I can't see, is like a sort of cotton or a waxy cotton, which does look like a photography bag, if I'm honest. Not that they call it a photography bag or anything. They do various different sorts, but the 2 main ones that they advertise on the website are the 2, as I say, this one and the Aztec. But yeah, they'll personalise it. I mean, I had a luggage label embossed my initials, so that's all. But other than that, this is standard off the shelf as it comes. And yeah, I mean, it's fully lined. As I say, this takes the 15-inch laptop. It's got a laptop compartment in there. Beautiful lining with sort of testing. I don't know what you call it. Just very sort of subtly, and not embossed, but you know what I mean, in the lining itself. I'm just trying to find you some. That's the bespoke section. Okay, yeah, key features. So the small one is 38, 25, 13 centimeters, or 15, 9.75 by 5.25 inches, and that's about 1 kilogram. Padded laptop, fits a 13-inch laptop. Padded laptop pocket, I should say. And the large, which is this one, is 42, 28, 15 centimeters, or 17, 11 by 6 inches. And this is approximately 1.5 to 1.9 kilograms. Padded laptop pocket, fits a 15-inch laptop, as I previously said. So, single large main compartment, 2 half-width front pockets, 2 full-width slip pockets, one on rear, which is here, and one inside for the laptop. Fully lined with signature Tusting jacquard. That's the jacquard, if that's I've pronounced it correctly. Quick release collar stud closures, brass, I'm guessing. They look like brass. And a detachable strap. Really, really lovely strap. It's kind of got a bit of a, I wouldn't say maybe a waxy feel, but it's a sort of leather that, although sort of sumptuous new, you just get this feeling that it's gonna look even better when it's been knocked around a bit. And I think it would probably just come up trumps looking absolutely fantastic again with a good waxing. But just the leather itself is absolutely beautiful. I'm just trying to find out what it says about the leather, if it does say anything, because it should. It doesn't really say that much, I don't think. Excuse me. The leathers. Sundance Floodlight. Our signature business case leather Sundance Floodlight is aniline dyed side leather with a high wax content. So yeah, I was right. Which is infused during the tanning process, and a waxy top finish that showcases the natural grain. It is absolutely beautiful. You know, it's maybe not going to come across that well in the video, but it is extremely high end, I would say. I'm not a leather expert, I'm not a bag expert, but for me, you know, it just looks, feels, smells beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Tusting themselves are an English company that have been going for about 175 years. So several generations. And I think they initially, if I'm right in thinking, fed the Northampton, you know, world-class shoe companies, the Churches and the what are they called? Cheney. There's another one I'm trying to think of, beginning with G. I can't remember. Anyway, they're world-class shoemakers down in Northamptonshire. I don't know whether they still feed them or not, but they clearly know their leathers inside out there. That they're, yeah. I think that's, just this bag alone speaks volumes about that side of things. Approaching wise, they just, I don't know, they seem very family orientated. It's still a family company. Experts in leather since 1875. Wow. Okay, that's going some. What's that? 125, 145. Okay, yeah. Not 170. Did I say 175? 125, 145, 147 years. Okay, that's some pedigree. They make all sorts of things, you know, weekend bags, luggage bags, handbags, I think. I've even got a couple of Tusting phone wallets for the phone that I'm recording this on. So yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful bag. And as I say, lovely just because I think it doesn't say anything about you. It doesn't give anything away. Not that I'm trying to be covert or anything like that. No, I just don't want to draw attention to myself. So I think that's, you know, it's a beautiful bag that's going to last a long, long time. And that's another thing about this company. Very, very approachable, very amiable, very down to earth, and they'll work with you, but also they'll revamp the bag. So I don't know, in 20 years, if that broke, they'll do another one for you. You can send it back to them. They'll give it a new lease of life, repaired stitching, which is kind of nice. It says an awful lot about a company. It's not like just grab your money, thank you very much. Yeah, just gorgeous. The actual structure here, it's got like really solid, I don't know, shoulders to it. So if you do hold it by the handle, it doesn't sort of sag and look all limp and what have you. It's got, yeah, I don't know. As I say, I'm not an expert, but it feels beautiful to me. So what's in the bag? So what I've done with this is I've sort of combined it with a bit of Billingham. Billingham would have to crop up at some point, wouldn't it? I've just literally put one of their inserts in. They sell, if you head over to the Billingham website, they do all sorts of inserts, all different sizes, and it's padded. Although this is lined and it has got a bit of padding in there, this is like a double amount of padding. It's got, you know, which is just really, really nice. I keep one of those in, moisture gel, and I've got a light meter in there. And maybe if I can just show you before I go into what's in my bag. So you've got that big spacious area there, laptop pouch there, with a leather, if I remember, yeah, a leather pocket on the pouch itself, and then these two separate pockets here for, I don't know, a phone, mobile phone, or whatever you want it for, but it is lined all the way through. And another nice thing is when you close the lid down, it's designed so that these pouches then close in and adds another layer of protection, I guess, in terms of keeping rain out and that sort of thing. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful bag. A bag that's going to last a long, long time. You know, I've not shown you these pockets. You've got the flaps here, which it's really nice actually. On these front pockets here, you have two little flaps, which is much thinner leather than these two flaps that close the bag up. This leather's just really thick and sturdy. These pockets which sort of bellow out, again fully lined. Don't normally have anything in here. Just another moisture pouch, or whatever you call it. And yeah, beautiful stitching all the way through. Absolutely gorgeous. So just pop that down there for a second. I think I've sort of covered more or less the bag. So yeah, Billingham insert. I have a waterproof X-Ped pouch in there that kind of you just wrap over like so, get rid of the air, and then close up, and it's waterproof. And that just keeps a whole load of stuff that would otherwise be rattling around the bag. Nothing terribly expensive or interesting in there. And then within the, I think this is like a Hadley, I'm guessing like a Hadley Pro sort of insert size. Anyway, within there, you know, I have all the various little divisions that comes with the insert, but I also have another, call it insert, whatever you want to, divider, I guess. It's more of a divider, isn't it? With my cameras in. So again, that's padded. So I've got 3 layers: the bag, the insert, and the divider. And again, Billingham do all these different sizes. This one works for me perfectly. I've kind of gone down a size so that there's a little bit of stretch in there, and it just keeps the cameras in there nice and taut, so they don't come out when they're in there. Nice and snug, I suppose. And you've got the sort of industrial Velcro that seems to come with these. When you put it in the insert, you know, it ain't coming out. It's very, very, it's extremely grippy stuff, extremely, yeah, really got to work at it to get it in the right place, because it just wants to grab, and it just looks something like so. It does have a press stud on, because I think there's a press stud on probably in the Hadley Pro, if it is the Hadley Pro insert. But you know, other than that, little lid, little flap that comes over the top, that again gives it a little bit more protection from rain or whatever. And as I say, a little divider there that can be utilised for various different things. So that's the divider that goes into the Tusting bag. Let's pop that there for 1 second. 2 cameras. I don't take 2 cameras out with me. I very often don't even take the bag out with me. I just take a camera and a lens. either the digital or the film. That's just me. I've said that before. Say it again. Keep it light. Keep it simple. But if I am moving about from city to city or going abroad, perfect. What's it called? Like a flight case that you can take on board with you. Which that's what where the Tusting comes in. Perfect, and I can get other stuff in it as well. So it's not just a photography bag. It literally isn't just a photography bag. I use it for all sorts of things. I mean, I literally do. It's just hugely versatile. Just a beautiful bag for pretty much anything. And that's what I love about it. If it was a briefcase, not so much. That's just kind of like a very whatever bag. And I think that's what I love about it. Yeah. Talking of whatever bag, that just sits inside. It's the Minolta Autometer 4F, which I've had for God knows how long, 35 years. Still going strong, never broken, extremely accurate. It's always on ambient and 1600 ISO, because that's how I shoot the vast majority of the time, apart from when I'm in a very sunny climate. And yeah, dead simple, just pressing the side, 16.2 in this light. Beautiful light meter. I think they're all Sekonic now, aren't they? I've lost touch. I don't know what's, but I think Sekonic came into the market. But 35 years ago, these were the light meters. I don't know. Seems to work beautifully, brilliantly all the time. It's got another little section you can screw on instead of the cone for instant light readings. Yeah, just keep that tucked inside. It's just nice. I mean, I don't use it most of the time, but when I've got a little bit of time, if I'm doing a portrait, I've got a little bit of extra time, and there's very awkward light, maybe backlighting or lighting coming in through a window. I always bring this out because it just delivers so brilliantly accurately and consistently. So those cameras aside, there's not an awful lot in here. You can see how simple all this stuff is, really. It's not, I don't think it's hugely interesting. I like to travel light. Saying that, there's a fair amount of gubbins in here. So yeah, empty bag. What's here? A couple of extra batteries for a flash, which this is the weird. I just keep that in there, so it's not like a bag or anything. It's just a soft micro stuff inside, just to stop it scratching from all this stuff. It's a Leica flash SF24D. I should sell this because I never ever use it, and yet I never will because I never want to be without one. It's a weird thing. I always use natural lighting, even low lights. I just use natural lighting, but I can't not have a flash for some reason. Answers on a postcard. I don't know what that's about, to be honest. But yeah, I've just always got one there. Should I need it? Which is no, but there we go. Lens cap for the Sumerit. Some more batteries for the light meter on the MP. And then some lens, just a very good quality lens cloth that goes in my pocket if I'm not taking the bag. So I'll typically just dip in, take what I want, what I need. But very, very important to keep the windows clean. Very easy to smudge up these things. Always keep them clean because it does affect your focusing and probably the meter reading. So yeah, lens cloth. I have 2 extra batteries for the M10. 1 inside the M10, so 3 in total. Some SD cards, all ready to go, fresh, as and when I need them. And I always, so yeah, sorry, where am I? I'm losing myself a little bit. I have some small batteries. I get them on Amazon, so they come in packs, and I always keep these just for the M10 more specifically. The end of the lens cap, but more importantly, a body cap. I mean, typically, if I am changing lens, I'll put another lens on straight away. But if I'm not, for whatever reason, that goes on the M10 to keep the dust off the sensor. Really important. Just absolutely, I have 2 of those, 2 lenses, 2 caps, another lens cap, and I can't tell you how long I've had that for, but I just love this thing. Really soft hair, and I just love, not love, but I just really think it's important to keep, just to get into the nooks and crannies, keep the dust out and off, always keep them clean. I just, don't do it all the time, but I do it fairly regularly, on both cameras. Really important, and on the lens. Couple of filters. What have we got? Just a black and white skylight filter. Black and white B&W. Sorry, whenever I see B&W, I think black and white. Don't use it all that often. And a yellow one, which occasionally I do use. When do I use that? I use that when it's really sunny, you've got a blue sky, and I know I don't take landscape photographs, but I do occasionally if I know I'm going to be out in the country or what have you, and it's a blistering day, and I just, a darker sky, yellow, warm filters make cold blues darker, so it darkens the sky. Just a little bit. Orange obviously more, red even more. And it kind of doubles up as an ND filter as well, because you lose about a stop with this. And yeah, if I'm shooting wide open on the MP, which is only 1,000, 1,000 is fine. 1,000th of a second is absolutely fine for shutter speed the vast majority of the time. If I want to shoot wide open on a really blisteringly hot day, I might pop that on as well, just to give me a bit more. What else? And then finishing off, well, nearly anyway, just a couple of lens shades, which again I don't use very often because lenses these days are pretty well coated. However, if it's a gorgeous day, a really hot sunny day, I will use these. I absolutely use them. There's no point in not using them. They will help for sure. But I live in England. Most of the time it's cloudy, overcast, so it's they're not crucial. But when it's really sunny on a lovely day like today, yes please, I want one of those on every time. And then a couple of, I don't even use these now. Trying to remember the name. Artist and Artisan rings a bell. Just a couple of are they soft releases? Are they called soft releases that just screw on to you? I just went through a phase a while back of having these, just kind of felt quite nice. This one's made of wood, it's like a wooden you know. Anyway, they fall off, and yeah, it's a smaller one, slightly smaller one. They just fall off, and I just decided, no, I'm not putting anything on my camera. Make sure my camera is, you know, all the muscle memory is right. If you have one of these and it falls off, you lose your biting point, and it's just, you've got to then recalibrate, and you know, it's just easier. You know, there's nothing wrong with this whatsoever. It's absolutely perfect. Just don't don't mess with it. It's perfect as it is. This is just really pimping your camera, isn't it? In a sense, you know, not once have I used this. I thought, oh, if that button was just a bit higher. No. Same with the thumbs thing. It's like, yeah, it's nice when you feel it to begin with, but again, just get used to what it is, and it just sits in the hand perfectly. And it's just extra weight, extra gubbins, extra things that can catch when you pull a camera out the bag and make you drop it. And I just believe in keeping it raw and pure and simple and as is. And I just go that way. I don't even know why these are in my bag, to be perfectly honest. I'm probably just sort of making sure I don't lose them. For what reason, I don't know, because I don't use them. But that's what's in the bag. Not terribly interesting. The bag itself is, I would suggest, is an awful lot more interesting. And you know, I'm not related to the family Tusting. I haven't got shares. I'm not affiliated in any way at all. But when there's something really nice that really works well with something, I'm just a big fan of talking about it. You know. Good news travels fast, isn't it? And you know, why not? Why not? When somebody does something well, hey, talk about it. It's not about talking. You know, it's too much talking about when people don't do things well, in my opinion. You know, be positive, and yeah, you know, if you're in the market for a bag, maybe that's a contender. I don't know. And it's sort of, it's an alternative to the camera bag, I guess, which quite greatly appeals to me in many ways. I do have other camera bags. I have the fog bag, which was actually given to me, which is an amazing bag. I mean, I'm not showing you absolutely everything. I've got a couple of Nikons, an FE and an F3, and some gubbins for that. But this is what I use 99.9% of the time. So that's the relevant stuff, I guess. And what's in my bag, and the Tusting Clipper Bag. Really beautiful, whether you use it for a photography bag or not, I guess. And as I say, you can use it for anything. So, thank you very much for stopping by, and hopefully this one will upload properly. See you for the next one. Cheers.